Good morning, all of you. Welcome to the new session of class 9. I would like to introduce myself that I am Rijo Matthew, your social science teacher. To begin with the first chapter of geography, we are starting today. India, its size and location. What is the position of India? We are going to study here. In the world map, where is its location and its size also. We know that India has one of the ancient civilizations in the world existed, that Indus Valley civilization. In the 6th standard you have studied Indus Valley civilization existed in India. So most part of the North India, including the part of Pakistan, the present day Pakistan, this civilization existed in the ancient period. People lived, which we say Indus Valley civilization, because it was lying in the, or it was situated in the region of Indus River, where Indus River is flowing through. So there are also, from the ancient period onwards, we know that many foreigners or foreign tribes also came to India and settled here. We have interacted or mingled with different communities of people in the world. Different types of people, different tribes of people have come to India. So we have mingled with all these people, and even the Europeans also in the 20th century. We can find that many kinds of people, many groups of or communities of people have visited our country. So we have mingled with all these groups of people, and our culture and traditions are also always a fusion of different cultures and different traditions. We also know that there is great diversity in our country with different languages and different religious groups, caste system, etc. So here, when we are also displaying all this diversity to the world also, in the different fields also we can find there are remarkable progress after independence. 1947 we achieved independence from the Britishers. Many remarkable progress also we have achieved in the field of agriculture, industry, technology, all round economic development of our country. This also, our country is also contributed significantly to making the world history also, because India was part of the colonial rule earlier. Where is the location of our country? We can find in the world map where India is located. We often say India is located completely in the northern hemisphere, which means above the equator, the northern part of equator. Equator is dividing the entire earth into equal two halves. So above the equator, which means the northern part of equator, our country lies. The main land of India, which extends between the latitudes and the longitudes, we can see here from 8 degree 4 minutes north and up to 37 degree 6 minutes north. These are the latitudes where our country is located. Latitudinal location of India, 8 degree 4 minutes north, which means above equator, up to 37 degrees 6 minutes north latitudes. In between the longitudes, east to west, when we are taking 68 degree 7 minutes east to 97 degree or 25 97 to 0.25 degree east longitudes. We know what is the difference of east longitudes and west longitudes, because India is lying in the eastern direction, northeastern direction, which means from the Greenwich longitude, we have already studied in the primary classes what is longitude, and 0 degree longitude, which is passing through Greenwich, is considered as the zero meridian. From there towards the east direction, India's location is the east direction, so India is lying completely in the eastern hemisphere and northern hemisphere, northeastern hemisphere. As per the latitudes, we know that when we are in the northern hemisphere, when we also take the example that longitudes, eastern hemisphere. Also, we know that Tropic of Cancer, there are some important latitudes we studied, the Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn, Arctic Circle, Antarctic Circle, equator. So Tropic of Cancer, that is one of the important latitude, 23.5 degree north latitude this is, which is passing almost exactly almost middle of our country through the center of India. Tropic of Cancer passing through, so that this tropic divides India equally into two parts also. Some other island groups we can find in the ocean, in the Indian Ocean, in the Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea. Lakshadweep Islands are lying in the Arabian Sea in the southwestern part of India. At the same time, Andaman and Nicobar Islands also, that is lying in the eastern direction of our country in the Bay of Bengal. So these are the two important island groups, Lakshadweep Islands and also the Andaman Nicobar Islands. So we know that the southernmost point of India in the Indian Ocean or in the extreme southern part of our country, there was a point called the Indra point, that was the extreme boundary of our country. This was submerged in the undersea water in 2004 when there was a tsunami. This part or the Indra point was completely submerged in the water. So let us see the size of India. We know that India is the 7th largest country in the area. In the world, India gets the 7th position. Total land mass or the total area for India is 3.28 million square kilometers. The total area of India in the world map, it is about 3.28 million square kilometers are occupied. We know that 2.4% of the total geographical area of the globe or the earth is occupied by our country. The total area, from the total area, 2.4% of the total area our country occupies, which is also known as the 7th largest country in the world. It has also a large boundary. We know that the land boundary. Okay, so India has a land boundary of 15,200 kilometers area. We know that it is bordered by some of the countries on the west, Pakistan, Afghanistan, north we know China, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Myanmar, etc. So all these countries are the neighboring countries of India. So we have a land frontier or land boundary of India is 15,200 kilometers. Also we have some of the area, the South India, especially when we are coming to the South India, we know that there is ocean. Indian Ocean is lying, it's two arms or the hands like Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal. So here there is also a area of coastline. The coastal area, almost we have 7,516.6 kilometer distance of coastal area. It's very large coastal area. India is very lucky to have such a vast coastline. So 7,516.6 kilometers of coastline we have. India also is bounded by the young-fold mountains in the northwest, north and northeast, extreme northern parts, northwest, northeast and north east also. Okay, so these are the mountains, Himalaya mountains we can find in the northern part of India. So south we have the Indian Ocean. It has it's dividing two arms or the two seas are there, Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal also. So the latitudinal and longitudinal extent we have studied. India is mostly located in a particular central location of the main trade route between Europe and the southern Asian countries. Also we know that India is very vast country and it extends from Gujarat to Arunachal Pradesh. In the Arunachal Pradesh, also its farthest extreme end points in the east and west. We know that in the Arunachal Pradesh in the extreme east to Gujarat in the extreme west, its distance we can find 2,933 kilometers it distance. At the same time, from north to south, from Jammu and Kashmir to Kanyakumari, its distance is about 3214 kilometers. We know that the north south distance is more than the east west distance. The kilometer distance from north to south is 3214 kilometers, whereas the distance or kilometer distance between the eastern to western extreme endpoints is 2933 kilometers. So that also we know, because of its vastness, we have taken, our government of India has taken the central meridian or the central longitude which is passing through our country is taken as the standard meridian for India. So this is passing through 82 and a half degree east meridian, which is exactly passing through the center of India, 82 and a half degree east meridian. This is taken as the standard meridian of India. So the time on this longitude, time on this meridian is taken as the standard meridian or standard time for our country. So that India in the world, we know that how it is located, it is almost centrally located. Central location of India from the eastern countries, also from the European countries and other Asian countries, India's position is almost centrally located, which is very effective or which will be useful for our country for the trade routes, because it is lying in the trade routes of east and west. So no other country has such a great position. Also exactly it is lying in the Indian Ocean, so that Indian Ocean also has very good effect or impact on the trade of our country. This is the only country, India is only named as this ocean. This is the only ocean in the world is named after a country, the Indian Ocean. Since the opening of Suez Canal in 1869, so through this Suez Canal, there are large number of ships passing from Europe to India, which becomes reducing the kilometer distance of 7,000 kilometer distance is reduced from Europe to India, so that it becomes useful for our country mostly. So that trade relations with other countries of Europe and Eastern Asia or the Southeastern Asian countries became easier. So we will study more about that. The India's contacts in the ancient period also we maintained more relations, trade relations with other countries, even the European countries or the Greece and Egypt also we had trade relations. So these routes, trade routes are also existing in this way. So we know that also when through these trade routes, when we had trade relations with the European countries or other countries or the Asian countries also, our culture and traditions were spread about the books and the ancient books or Vedas, Ramayana, Mahabharata, Panchatantra, Upanishads, such kind of books were also taken to other countries, and our culture and traditions were also spread in these areas. Especially we know that India was famous in the ancient period, also famous for spices, muslin, cotton, etc. So this kind of merchandise also were sold out or exported, or the traders came to India for purchasing all these goods also. So the location of India, which is centrally located, it's a great advantage for India for the foreign trade, especially for the West Asian countries. So here we will study tomorrow more about India's neighboring countries. We have already studied the Pakistan, Afghanistan, China, Nepal, Bhutan, etc. These are all the neighboring countries bordering with India. So we will study more about these countries tomorrow. That's all for today. Thank you.